Welcome back to another episode with a chat with Nat. That means me. Welcome back. Actually, I will take it like this because I prefer to have like here. Anyways, welcome back to a new episode of Chat with Nat. For the ones who don't know me, my name's Natalia, and this is Chat with Nat, as I just said. And today I have a new topic to talk about that I really think it's really important for everyone to kind of like maybe know a little bit of this. And I recently okay, I have like mixed feelings with like many ideas. So like actually one of the reasons why I started a podcast is because I constantly have so many thoughts and so many ideas inside of my mind. Like I'm constantly thinking. I mean, I'm an overthinker, so it makes sense. But like I really have a lot of ideas going on in my mind, and literally like I need to take them out of my chest. And that's why I said like I really need a podcast, because I even have friends that I send them like, I don't know. Oh my god, the noise. Anyways, I have friends that I send them like like so long voice messages that I'm like, why I don't just have a podcast and I can express myself without torturing my friends. But anyway, if you don't know me, I'm a Peruvian who lives in Germany, and I was thinking, why not making a podcast, and here I am. Disclaimer, everything that I say here, I am not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a professional. It's just my personal experience, advice. So, and also, I don't know, like advice that I can give you based on what I've seen through my friends and through the experiences that I've had overall in my life. So, with that said, let's begin. Um, Recently, I'm on therapy right now, and I was talking to my therapist as we were like dealing about the breakup that I'm going through. And we were talking about how actually being chill is a red flag. And I want you to think about it, because usually people think that actually being chill and all of that means that you're more mature, that you can communicate in a less emotional way with other people, that you can actually don't take things personal and whatever, but it's not actually true. And I got so surprised by this fact. Like, in my mind, this was so eye awakening. Like, it was really like new information for me, because my whole life, I feel like I've been an intense person. I am an intense person. I'm someone that feels deeply every single thing. Like, I literally love with my whole heart, with my whole soul. Like, and if you are my friend, if you are the love of my life, if you are like my family, I will literally give my 1,000,000% to you, because I chose you for a reason. And that's how I take the relationships around me. Like, that's how I take my friendships, that's how I take my family, like the positive ones, relationships. That's how I take my romantic relationships, like any type of relationship that I have, that I appreciate and that I really really love. I take it with intensity. And for a long time, I was kind of like gaslighting myself to the point of saying that I am actually a chill girl. And I brought this thing on the dating scene, like I brought this to the dating scene. Like I brought this to like the dating scenario in my life. And it actually didn't help me at all, because when you're kind of like the chill girl, when you're like the chill person, you're kind of like the easygoing one, and therefore like you never express your needs, you never express your limits, you never express your boundaries, you never express what you really want, because you just want to like please the other person. And that's what we sometimes don't realize when we say we are chill. Being chill is literally like being a people pleaser, and most of the times it means that you really don't want to confront yourself. That's what I learned on therapy, and literally like I think it makes so much sense. When you're kind of like the chill person, you don't want to accept the responsibility of your feelings, the responsibility of like you being someone who loves deeply, who commits deeply, someone that um, feels each emotion in a very hard way. With this, I'm not saying toxic, I'm just saying intense, deep. Like each emotion is you feel it in your bones. It's like, I don't know how to explain it actually, but like it's it's just being intense and it's okay. And once I realized that actually being chill is a red flag, and I didn't realize that actually, like my therapist told me that, because it really means that you don't want to take the responsibility of what your emotions are, then it just made me realize how bad I've been taking this into the dating situation of my life, and why I got the experiences that I have. Um, for so long, like I've had experiences in the dating phase of my life, like in the dating part of my life, as someone who is the one who feels more than the other person. But actually, it came from me portraying or trying to say that I'm a chill person when it's not real at all. And actually, like being intense comes from a lot of different values that I have, that I really appreciate, not only on people but also on me. Like for example, I really, and I don't know why my brain works like that, but that's part of my personality, but like I really love loyal people. Like I love loyalty as a value. Like to me, loyalty can be understood in many different ways. If you compare it to like let's say in friendship, someone loyal is that, like, if your friend is in a group and this group starts talking shit about you when you're not there, your friend will defend you or even say something and stand up for you because you're not there and because they love you, and because that to me is loyalty, you know. When it comes to relationships, of course it's not cheating. I'm so against cheating. I hate cheating with my whole life. I've never been cheated on, but I feel like I've never been with someone as committed as me. That's actually something I'm working on, but I hate the fact of cheating, and I guess it's because of how I've always dealt with people not fully committed to me, and therefore always looking how the grass is greener sometimes, and me being kind of low key aware of it, but just don't wanted it to call it out or something. Um, and to me, like being loyal, it's not cheating. In many different ways, like not only cheating the act of like how many people take it that is just like the sexual part, but in general cheating, you know, like the entertaining emotionally someone else, or like anything related to being not loyal basically. um and there are many other different ways that you can just uh feel or like put inside of the feeling, or like the fact of being a loyal friend, family member, people that you love that is involved in your life basically. um and I think why I now am aware of this is because through time I've realized that the most honest that I am with myself, with my feelings, with how I perceive life, with the values that I actually value, with like many different things, the clearer that, like, the more clear that I am with that, then the more clear I am with others to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of time in my life, I always wanted to be like the chill girl. Not even wanted to be, because I never was, but like portrayed myself like, or told the rest, especially on the dating part of my life, you know? Always told these dudes, unfortunately, I'm straight. So I deal with men in my dating life. Anyways, like a lot of times I dealt with these dudes, telling them that I'm actually so chill. Like I like if you don't want to talk to me like for 3 hours, I will wait. If like you don't want to do this, like I will wait and I will do whatever you say because I'm so chill. You know, like I'm an easygoing person. Like I don't make problems. Like if you talk to me like after 2 days, I will say like no problem. I understand that you were busy. If you say like look, like I cannot go, why don't you come here? I'm like sure I can go because I'm so chill. You know, because I'm so easy. And it played me so wrong. And because of that, and once taking this topic to therapy, which means like confronting it for myself, I realized how not real at all that was to me. Like I was constantly basically like lying to myself in order to be likable, in order to be accepted, in order to be loved. And That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. Like, people, like, this way of behaving just means how you kind of have this on your mind, that like, you learned that love has to be earned. Like, you have to be useful in order to be loved. You have to be a certain way in order to be loved. Like, you don't have to be intense in order to be loved. You have to be easygoing in order not in order to be loved. And so many different things to please the other people that you put yourself on the side. And with experiences that I've had, literally that cannot be the more, like, the farthest from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a total lie, especially being a woman. I feel like we in the society have been taught so many times that we have to be, like, kind of submissive, you know, like, kind of like always adapting to the full nature of the wild animal species of, like, men. You know, like, they are able to, like, be cheaters, and, like, they're able to do whatever they want, and they are leaders by nature, and they are, like, whatever. And we in society, like, we have to adapt to that and understand that, and, like, whatever. Not true at all, but, like, you know, that's the society we're in. And therefore, like, for us as women, it's a little bit more intense, this people pleasing personality feature. Not feature, but, like, this personality trait. Okay. And once you start experiencing dating, and you start experiencing life in general, and you deal with friends also that end up not being so good friends because of this behavior, you realize that actually, like, being a people pleaser, being, like, chill, it's actually the worst you can do to yourself. It's the worst lie you can tell to yourself, because you stop putting on the table what you really want. Let's say on the dating scene, like, let's put an example of, like, when you're dating someone. If you're constantly being chill, if this person does not want commitment, if this person wants an open relationship, if this person wants, let's say, kinky stuff, if this person wants whatever, and actually you don't like it, but you have this chill mindset, you said, like, well, I'm chill, so even though I don't, like, enjoy this, even though I fall in love and I believe in monogamous relationships, even if I don't know, I would actually like this to, like, be a bare minimum treatment in my relationship, I want to have it, but it doesn't matter because I'm chill. You know what I'm saying? And then you start telling yourself this story that is actually so far from your truth personality, from the truth of your needs, from who you are, that just in order to be loved and to be chosen and to be whatever, that then you kind of start suffering, but you admit a little bit of the suffer inside of you in order to keep being chosen. And if we translate that, it's like trying constantly to convince another person to fucking choose you. And it sucks. It sucks so much because it's not real, and you never get to the point of enjoying a relationship where you can fully be yourself, where you can fully express your feelings, when you feel mad, when you feel sad, when you feel lonely, when you feel, I don't know, many different things that, like, humans express, and you have not space for yourself because, like, you have just made and created this whole space for the other person for being chill, that when you then, like, want to kind of, like, claim a little bit of your space, a little bit of like the value that you also have from in the inside of the relationship, it stops working, because of course you came to be with a person that fell kind of in love with the chill version of you, that it's a lie, that fell in love with a mask. And then when these people don't choose us, once we start showing our true selves, we are confused and we don't understand why. And then if you think about it, you had the responsibility, because you were so people pleasing, you were such a people pleaser that you just forgot totally about yourself, about your needs. And just because you started to speak up a little bit, the other person was like, I didn't fall in love with this version, and that's why, like, I don't want it, I don't like it. And it's a total lie. So based on the experiences I've had dating, let's say situationships or relationships or experiences that I've had, I haven't had a lot, but like the ones that I've had, it has happened like that. I've like just lied to myself so much, and not only on that, it has happened to me also in friendships. Of course, they are no longer my friends, but like, this being chill concept is just a lie. And the other day, for example, I was watching Obsession. Actually, I love the cinema. I love movies. I love it. And I was watching Obsession with my sister. Actually, I miss so much like going so constantly to the cinema because I did that with my sister when I was back in Peru. We both were constantly going to the cinema, and it was just such an experience. Like, actually, I started with it because I've always loved cinema, and then I just like introduced my sister to that, and now she's a huge fan of the cinema and she goes constantly. Um, and I remember when I was back in Peru, I went constantly, but then I moved to countries. I went to a really hard time when it comes to job situation stuff because I was a student again. That I just stopped this habit that I had. I missed a lot, but I just love the cinema. You have no idea how much I love it. And I was watching Obsession the other day with my sister. This was not in the cinema, but like it was online. We were watching it like kind of like streaming it together because she's now in Peru and I'm here. But I was just checking how Nikki, the main character, so this movie in general, it is about like, it's a horror movie, but it talks about how like based on a spell, like this girl gets obsessed with this guy, but this guy is a nice guy, and this nice guy is basically a shitty man, like all the nice guys that never like want to take accountability, and they always are the victims. He was kind of like an incel, basically. This concept of like never taking accountability for why they are alone. They don't want to, like, they just see women as a possession they can obtain, but not like human beings that have emotions, and they are so insecure and they are so afraid of rejection that they would never like allow themselves to be rejected, so they never say it, tell someone that they like them, in this case women, because they prefer to play these like I'm not rejected thing. And a lot of stuff that I hate from nice guys. But anyways, the thing is that I was watching this movie, and of course in this movie, like the obsessed girl was Nikki, and she was basically like doing these crazy things because she was obsessed with the guy, with Bear. Oh my god, this character, I hate him. But anyways, like she was literally like obsessed with this dude, and then she was doing all of this stuff. But then I was just like looking at the movie, and I was like, this has happened to so many girls, like without a spell. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes want connection, but then they kind of give mixed signals once they have the girlfriend, and the girlfriend starts like showing, I don't know, real emotions or hard emotions, intense emotions, like intensity in general. They get scared because they just like the idea of having a relationship, or they have the idea of the girl, but not the girl fully as a human being. And then once the girls who are supposedly obsessed start showing true feelings, they get scared and they want to run and they want to leave them and whatever. And then the crazy ones are the girls, when in reality it's a lot of responsibility from like their side. I just was looking at her with compassion and with sadness, because I was like, okay, this is a movie, this is supposed to be just like fiction, like whatever, but like it has happened so many times, especially to girls, because I don't know, men in this generation, I think they don't like commitment or whatever, or I think it's more because how people, especially men, I think, but people in general now like take connections or like see other people other human beings as products or experiences they can consume, and then just literally like throw them to the trash, which it sucks, but it's how it's working, especially now with dating apps and stuff. That I just saw this movie and I was like, I felt so much empathy for her, even though she was supposed to be possessed by a demon, by whatever entity or whatever that was possessing her. And I was like, actually, being intense is not wrong. It's just that you're with the wrong guy. At the end, I think that was my conclusion from the movie. Like, I know you can get so many conclusions, and of course, the main one is that this idiot was the villain and he was just a bad person overall because he was. But, like, my conclusion, I think it was because I watched it while being on a breakup and while being heartbroken. But, like, I was like, the conclusion is it's not wrong to feel so much. The bad part is you get on with people that don't know how to hold this because they are so immature, and they are the ones who always want to be chill, but actually being chill is not being responsible in your relationship. And also being chill is literally like not taking accountability of how your partner will have bad moments as well. That I was like, I was just feeling so much empathy towards Nikki. And that was my literally like my message of the movie. Like, to me, it literally was like, there's nothing wrong with being intense. Of course she did crazy things. Like, of course I wouldn't justify the fact that she was killing someone in the movie. At the end it was a horror movie. But like, if you like put this situation in a little bit more normal way and in the reality, literally, like, if a girl is feeling so much for someone, of course she has to work on herself. I'm not denying that. But her, like, this girl feeling intense feelings, feeling with intensity, being an intense person is actually not wrong. It's just that you literally like get with people that don't want to take or assume the responsibility of being with someone who who loves deeply, lives deeply, who loves deeply. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I was just like, fuck it. Like, the whole time, people, because they repress so many things, judge you because you're being intense, judge you because you feel a lot and you love deeply. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's literally that you're just dealing with people that don't know how to deal with your intensity, don't know how to deal with you loving so much, don't know how to deal with like you being a friend that, like, if someone gets with you, then this friend like will get and go and punch them as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm this type of girl, actually. Like, I'm in friendships, for example. I'm also like this on relationships, but like in friendships, for example, if you mess with someone who's really close to me, or let's say my sister. Okay, my sister, I think, is my closest relationship. So, I mean, I'm like this with my friends as well, but like my sister is like, she knows me since I was like 2 years old, because she's younger, but like she knows me since I'm 2 years old. She's experienced me in my whole phases. She's experienced when I was like literally ugly, when I was ugly, when I was fat, when I was, I don't know, when I was crazy, when I was funny, when I was depressed, when I was what in my every phase. Like, my sister has dealt with me, and she chose to love me either way. That's why I think I will know when I will find my person, once I feel like I feel with my sister. But she's just been everything to me, and she's been there forever with me, and she's experienced me through all, literally through all. And if someone messes with her, I literally go and murder this bitch. Like, I literally go and murder. And with this bitch, I don't mean another woman. I mean this bitch. Like, men or anyone that messes up with her. You know what I'm saying? So, literally, if someone wants to, like, mess with her, if they want to, like, I don't know, like, they start doing stuff that are very cancelable, so stuff that are bad to my sister, I literally would go and punch this person, if not worse, because I'm this level of loyal. Like, literally, like, no one can mess up with someone that I love, because I'm this type of loyal that, like, I don't care. Like, I can call out on her if she did something wrong. I can do that, because that's also being a good person. Like, you don't always have to agree with them. You don't always have to be a people pleaser, and you have also to give your point of view, because also you want the person you love to be better as a human being. But either way, like, I will call her out in private, and then I would go and punch the person who's messing up with her. And that's how I deal with my relationships. That, like, that's the level of loyalty that I have. And I think it's intense. Not everyone, because I have friends that actually are not 100% like that, but I am like that. And actually, it feels so good once you start dealing with people that also are like that, because it's like, bitch, you have my back, I have your back. It's like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's hard to find people like that, because it's not caring about what others have to say, not looking for external validation. Oh my god, today I'm talking very bad, but like I'm mumbling, I don't know, like whatever. It's like you don't care about external validation at all. You just like go and you act, and you're like, I will be there for you. And that's how I am as a friend. And it comes from my intensity. It comes from like how important my values are being a friend, how important my values are being a girlfriend, how important are my values being a daughter, a sister, a cousin, And I feel like it happens as well when people, at least now that I'm in the process of knowing me more, and therefore knowing that I'm not chill at all, and in the process of like also accepting me as I am, which means being intense and respecting myself to the point that anytime I feel disrespected, like, it's not a simple thing. Like, I love hard. I'm someone who loves hard. And therefore, if you betray me or disrespect me, like, deep, or at least in a way that just crosses my values and betray my personal values and like the principles that I have as a person, literally I will like let you go, because I know I have to forgive and everything in order to have peace. But I will despise you a little bit. Like, I have this duality inside of me that, and that's why I say I'm a very intense person. I have this duality inside of me that one part of me can literally be the like the like the superior soul that like knows that like we are more than just like, I don't know, human interactions. We're like spiritual, and like we're bigger people and whatever. And this part of me will be like, forgive them and be compassionate because they're miserable, so you don't have to, you don't have to get to their level. But the other part of me, and I guess it's my ego, but it's or it's my humanity still, I will despise you. I will be like, what the hell did you say? What was that? What was that? I don't want you to cross my path anytime soon, anytime at all, from eternity. Like, literally, don't come ever again. Don't cross my path. Don't talk to me. Just go away. I will block you. I don't want to know anything about you. And thank you for your participation. Thank you for participating in my life. It was the first and last chance that you had, and bye. And I can still forgive you, but like, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. And I'm reaching that point of self-respect and self-love that if I feel, as I said, betrayal or disrespect in general, I really don't want to have anything to do with you at all in my life ever again. Never. And reaching to this point is really being honest with yourself about how intense you are, but also about your values and what you think it's good and bad in your life, and also about the quality of what you have to offer. When you know what you have to offer, when you know this intensity means also like all like the love and the warmth and the loyalty and the friendship and like the whole list of emotions and values you're gonna offer to someone as a friend or as a couple or as whatever relationship we can talk about. Once you feel disrespected, you get offended in a way. Because, and this happens also to like the work relationships. I'm talking literally to any type of relationship you can possibly have. I'm not only talking about the most close ones, like the closest ones or the most intense ones, like I said, like the romantic partners or like your friends. No, I'm talking in general. Like, once you know what you have to offer, and you know the quality of person that you are, and you know that you are literally a treasure, that it's really hard to find you anywhere else, not only because you're unique, but because of you, what you have to offer, the quality of of friendship, of a relationship you give. Things that are disrespectful are just a no-go. And the boundary literally is your absence. Literally is like, I won't stay where I don't want, I won't stay where I'm not respected. I won't stay where I am treated as I was whatever piece of trash. I won't stay where I'm abused. I won't stay where I am insulted, humiliated, where I won't be considered. I won't ever put myself in a situation like that because I just want to have friends, or because I just want to have a partner, or because I just want to have a job. I don't do that. I'm out. I just leave. I just leave, and I literally don't want to cross path anytime with you ever again, because there's no way that I can do that to myself. And I feel like that started clicking inside of my mind once I admitted that I am not a chill person. And currently, I think it's making more sense to me in the romantic side of me because of what I just said. I am going through a heartbreak, well, healing from it, because actually I don't feel like I'm destroyed. But coming from this breakup and coming from this heartbreak and understanding the patterns that I've been constantly repeating, which is literally me telling the world that I'm chill when I'm fucking not, I realized that it's not being intense a bad thing, is actually being real to you. It's assuming your responsibilities within yourself. It's assuming that you have things to work on, taking accountability, but also because of knowing what you are and who you are, not letting anyone cross your boundaries. And I had to kind of little bit of suffer to reach that knowledge. And I think that's how life works. Life constantly works in order for you to literally like realize where you are constantly making the same mistake. And you have always, when we're gonna say bad things, but when bad things happen to you, you always have two options: either not wanting to see what the problem is, don't want to like literally don't want to take accountability for what has to be worked on, like the patterns that you're that you're following, like the things you really need to look and say, okay, why is this happening to me? And assuming that there's a part and there's a reason, like this has happened to you, and there's a part where you are responsible and you need to work on that, or you just ignore it. The other option is literally like not wanting to see that. I think the previous, okay, sorry, my brain sometimes just go like both ways, but I think okay, what I meant was taking accountability, taking like the two options are taking accountability, responsibility for what has happened, or simply not wanting to deal with it, avoiding it, and keep repeating the same thing, just with a different person and a little bit with a different situation, but the same, like the same patterns. And you, like, life will keep showing you, keep like putting you in this situation, and each time a harder version. So then you hurt more until you say, I need to change. I literally need to do something, because I'm constantly in this situation that I know is not kind of fair, but also I have a little bit of responsibility here. And what do I need to change in order to finally fully heal and grow and live like a full feel version of what I'm feeling right now? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how actually I got to this information in me. Like, I was lying to myself for so long. I was literally like lying to myself for so long that I was a chill person, that I was someone who yeah, easygoing, that like if literally like if my boundaries are a little bit disrespect, blah, blah, blah. Oh my god. Sorry. If my boundaries are a little bit disrespected, then I will just go with the flow. I will just chill because I'm a chill person. And that's like not like that cannot be more far from the truth. Like no way. Like I'm literally someone very intense. And I think I accepted that, and I'm happy now that I accepted that, because I put in the situation of like being on the other side, and I say like, if someone would be able to love like I do, if someone would be able to be as loyal as I am, if someone would be able to offer me commitment, responsibility, comfort, support, unconditional love, respect, admiration, all of the things that I offer when I'm a friend, when I'm a partner, when I am, I don't know, a worker, when I'm a I don't know, whatever. I would literally be so happy and I would feel so blessed. You have no idea that I don't feel embarrassed or bad for being intense. And I think actually once I admitted that, I really felt freedom for the first time in my life. It was the same thing when I admitted that I was an anxious person, but that's another topic. But once you start admitting fully who you are, like with clarity, like who you are, what you have to offer, how you feel things, what you feel when you're with someone, like the person you are, the quality of person you are, the type of I don't know, professional that you are, like different sides of you, the quality of human. I feel like when you start being honest, and you also are honest about you being intense and feeling deeply, you free yourself from this either repression or rejection from yourself to yourself, like from you to yourself, literally. And with this, what I want to say is that if you're someone who constantly like wants to convince yourself that you're chill just because you're dating a guy, or because you're dating a girl, or because you're dating someone, or because you're, I don't know, you want to be part of a group, a friend group, or because you want to be accepted by your work colleagues, or you want to be accepted by your boss, or whatever external validation that you're looking for, and you just lie about being chill because that's the only way you think you will be accepted slash loved, take care. Like, be aware and be cautious. Like, literally. Because two things: you're lying to yourself, and second, you're giving the other person, like the other people that you are looking validation from, a fake version of yourself. And then when they kind of like cross your boundaries, you get offended, they kind of don't know where this come from, if you from the beginning were a very chill person, when that's not true. So literally, like, always, first of all, like the first person you have to be honest with is yourself. And if you deep down know that you're an intense person, that you're someone who feels deeply, that you're someone who loves deeply, that you're someone who really gives their best in every single side of their lives, then be 100% honest with yourself. Like, tell this truth to yourself, and once you know it, and you like not only believe it but you know it deep down, then you can start checking how this portrays also in the relationships you have in your life. And I'm telling you this because I literally, like, it was kind of, I like, it was awakening, like it was literally like kind of changing my life in many different ways. Like, also knowing the concepts of love is something that is changing my life a lot lately, because most of the times, like, people in general, including me, we fall under this like perspective of like we know it all, like we know a lot, so like there's no like new thing that you can know about yourself, or there's nothing that you can add like to your, I don't know, let's say psychology knowledge that you can like add because you already know that, you know what I'm saying? But once you realize that there's actually a lot of things you can still discover, not only from you but like in general, it's very like humbling in a good way, but also like it helps you so much when it comes to your personal growth. And I think I'm going through a personal growth phase in my personal life when it comes to me as Natalia, as like my personality as who I am. That I wasn't like in a way not expecting, but that's how life works, and I'm really grateful for that. But I would also like to share that it's really important for you to also do the work, and part of that is literally being like honest with yourself. And it's so funny because like I was thinking, dude, like me after saying that I wouldn't talk about my breakup and I wouldn't talk about like how like I'm facing the heartbreak, and then I did a podcast. That's you just have to be honest with yourself. Like it's fine. Like you can even like you can even fall into contradictions because it's part of being human. So just wanted to share that with you. um I don't know if you like it. If you like it, thank you. If you didn't like it, thank you as well. I mean, if you reached until here, it's probably because you really liked it. And thank you so much for that. But literally, like, that will be my advice. If you have any topic that you want me to talk about in my podcast, to watch me or listen to, because this is on YouTube and also on Spotify, don't forget to write me on my social media. You can find me like Natalia Tinedo, literally like my name, Natalia Tinedo, literally like that. You can write to me and I can 100% talk about it. It's fine. I can give you a little bit of like my experience about it, and also like the advice that I would give you as a friend, because this is advice that actually I would give my friends. Is like, we, as I said, I record voice messages of 10 minutes. It's crazy, and I have no problem talking about things so, at all. And that since I'm a kid, actually. But anyways, if you liked this podcast, thank you very much, and have a good day. I could okay, wait. If you're, I don't know when you're watching or listening to this, but like if you're having like sorry. So I wish you a really good day, a good afternoon, a good evening. And if not, I wish you like a good day tomorrow, a good week or month, until you see me again anytime, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.